Hi, welcome to Just Travel and Fix-Its. Today I'm going to be doing some maintenance on the filters on the RV. So the first thing I'm going to be working on today will be the fuel filters. That is the main fuel filter and water separator filter. Now that I have the floor in the bedroom removed that exposes the engine, let me show you where I'm trying to get down to change this fuel filter. Of course, this is a Caterpillar C7 engine, 300 horsepower, and what I'm after here is right there. That is the first stage fuel filter here on this engine. There are two fuel filters. This will be the first one I'll change, and the other one I'll have to change from the outside. Now, where do you get these fuel filters? Well, my first impulse indication of getting a fuel filter would be on Amazon. I do a lot of shopping on Amazon. I read a lot of forums, and they said really the best thing to do is to contact your engine manufacturer. Give them the serial number off the engine, and they can tell you exactly which fuel filter that you need to get. So I actually got the serial number. I had a VIN plate serial number from the previous owner on this engine. It came with the motorhome, of course. Went to Caterpillar's site, put it in, and it told me suggested filters on what to get that were compatible. The thing was, my first stage fuel filter was listed. The second stage fuel filter they had listed on Caterpillar's site didn't really match up with what I had, so I called the local shop, the Caterpillar Ring Power, as we have here in Central Florida, and they actually looked up what I had, and they asked what do I currently have for my second stage fuel filter, my water fuel separator filter. They said the best thing to do is look at what you have and either get the exact same thing or a cross-reference of what was used on the engine, or what is used on the engine currently. The reason is there's a little clear catch basin in the bottom of it as a part of that fuel water separator. We'll take a look at that a little bit later. You take the bottom piece off and keep it, and you just replace the filter piece in the middle. They're canisters. So that's what I did. He gave me a cross-reference. I ended up getting a Baldwin. I had an Alliance on there, but the Baldwin is supposedly is a higher grade, so I'll go with that. Now, as far as the fuel filter goes, everyone recommends sticking with the Caterpillar filters if you can. They're much higher efficiency. You would think they would be much more expensive. I bought them from the local shop. Surprisingly, they're cheaper at the local shop. So, this is a fuel filter that I have here. Now, mine is a 1R-0751 for my Cat C7. The thing is, their filters supposedly have more holes in them than the oil filter. This is the fuel filter, of course. But they're cheaper at the local shop. That's very surprising. So, on Amazon, these run $30, $40 or more for a filter. I got it for 20, less than 20 at the Caterpillar store, 19 something, 18 something. The oil filter is much larger, and is, you would expect, much more expensive. Not so. At the Caterpillar site, or the Caterpillar store, it was actually about $20 for the oil filter, which isn't bad considering the size of it. And they said to go with that. Don't go with third party if you can get away with it. They said if you go to Napa, you can get some parts, some filters. You may end up with a Wix filter. They said the problem with the Wix filters is they collapse. You'll be going down the road and they'll collapse. So it's not a good situation to be in. So I bought 2 of these fuel filters. Everything I read says keep spare fuel filters on hand, because if you get some dirty fuel somewhere on the road, you're stuck. So you don't want that to happen, so I'll be carrying a spare. Alright, so let's get into changing this. Alright, so I'm getting prepped up, make sure I have everything needed when I get started on this. I've got all my tools and cloth and cleaning, and I've got a filter strap down on the engine. Don't ever put things on top of the engine that you won't readily see, because you don't want to finish a job, close it up, and then forget that you had a screwdriver in there on top of your engine. That could be bad. So what they tell you, or what I'm seeing, is with a filter like this, you actually have to drain the filter and refill your new filter so you don't have a big air gap in your fuel lines. Alright, so what I did, of course these cups aren't as big as a fuel filter, so I got 2 of them. I have some yogurt cups. Now I got kind of clever with this, and I took the top and I very carefully cut out the top on this on the yogurt cup here, and I have a coffee filter, and they say use a coffee filter to kind of strain it. So I'm going to put this down in here a little bit, wrap it over, pop a top on it. Alright, hopefully that will hold it in place a little bit. Alright, now I can take my existing old filter when I unscrew it and get it out. Since I am inside the motorhome, I don't want to get fuel everywhere, so I'm going to try to do that down inside the engine as best I can. Pour it out into this. Hopefully I'll be able to see how much fuel I have. I'll swap containers if need be, and then refill the new one and put it back in place. Okay, I don't know how well you'll be able to see this with what I'm doing. Against doctor's orders here, I'm on my knees, but didn't see any other way to get this out by myself. Alright, that's tighten, that's loosened, so it needs to go that way. Let's see if I can get this strap around it here. Looks like I can grip this right around the top. Ooh, somebody put this on here tight. It's tight. This strap has seen better days. I might need a new one. It's probably older than my kids. Just can't get a grip on it. Alright, strap wrench was not the way to go. So, take 2, Harbor Freight to the rescue. Let's see if this new wrench here will do the job. This might let me grab it a little better. If this doesn't work, I'm going to need an air hammer. Let's see here. We're going that way with it. Brand new filter wrench. Let's see what we got here. Wow. Oh, it's moving. Yeah. Wow. Whew, that was tough. Okay. Holy mackerel. All right. Yes. Okay, now I'm back outside, and this is the fuel water separator. You can see right here, this one is an Alliance unit. I'm going to replace it with this Baldwin unit, and the Baldwin is a BF9898-0. These are kind of cool. It's two-part because I'll need to keep this plastic piece on the bottom. Drain it first, right here on the bottom. Okay. Actually just took the 1 cup. And that looks pretty clean. With the paper towel. That's good. Yeah. There's actually quite a bit of fuel in the second one here. I'm going to go ahead and pour it out into this other cup. Okay, and then it just says to oil the new O-rings, put it all back together and put it in. So what I've got here is just some, it's like 10W40 motor oil. I use for spot oiling stuff. It's just real handy in a little squeeze bottle like that. Woohoo! I don't know if you see all the junk in there. Boy, that's a lot of junk in there. Matter of fact, I'll take my paper towel and clean this out. A dirty paper towel is cleaner than the inside of this bowl. Put some oil on here. Set that down. Put some oil on here. Well, these filters are made differently. Wow. Maybe I should have gotten an Alliance filter. Look at the difference here. That one's got a hole that comes through. This one does not. I don't see how that would make a difference. The centerpiece is solid. Yeah, let me thread it up and see what it does. Refill it. Filter, yeah, stuff's going into the bottom. Okay. I don't want to tighten it all from the bottom because it's plastic. I don't want to break the threads. So now to see if it's going to start up. So let me get everything cleaned up, put away, closed up, and see if it starts. Well, there you have it. Started up, purring like a cat. Sounds really good. So I guess the next maintenance item I need to do will be the oil change. So while it's started up, I'm going to go ahead and get the engine up to temperature and see about moving on to changing the oil, which will be another exciting thing because I've never done before. So that'll be in my next video. Thanks.